Ethics are important in the admission profession because it's our compass. It really guides us in how we serve students, putting students first, making sure we're serving them in an ethical and transparent way. I've always said that it's not sufficient just to do your job well, that you also better have ethics, or maybe this profession isn't for you. The task our committee was given was a large undertaking. We worked together for about 2 years. We inherited a great document. We really just needed to modernize it and take a step back to see who wasn't included in this document. We also wanted to ensure that we were considering public schools, private schools, secondary, post-secondary, well-resourced schools, under-resourced schools, that everyone would feel included in this document and know that they have a voice. It was important to update the old SPGP, which, by the way, was a really good document. But our practices and our profession change regularly, and it was time to be relevant and to modernize to reflect what was actually happening. I also think the old document primarily focused on domestic high school seniors transitioning to four-year colleges. And we know that's only part of our work, that we also work with transfer students, international students, first-generation students, low-income students. We really needed a document that was modernized and included more voices. I'm most proud that the delegates in Assembly approved the document unanimously. And certainly they weren't saying that they agree with every rule and principle, but what they were doing is putting a stake in the ground and saying ethics are important to NACAC, and that all of us collectively are really committed to doing this right and putting students first. To receive the Margaret Addis Award means a lot. First of all, I've worked with the Code of Ethics and the SPGP for a number of years, and Margaret Addis is our founder. She and a handful of New England ACAC members in the early 1970s locked themselves in a room one weekend and wrote the first SPGP. NACAC eventually adopted that document as our code of ethics for our profession. And I think Margaret single-handedly made sure that that document came to life and really monitored and enforced the rules those first 5, 6, 7 years. We didn't have a vice president of admission practices then or an AP chair. It was really Margaret and a few other people to see this through. So for me, I get chills just thinking that someone who was so instrumental in really starting our ethics, that we could finish that and continue her great work. Finally, I'd like to thank our entire committee. I can't name each of them individually, but individually and collectively, they contributed so much work to this. These are future NACAC Hall of Famers. I do want to give a shout out to one special member of our committee, Bill Dingledine, who was in a really difficult bicycling accident this past year. And Bill, we're thinking about you.